Hello, how are you? My name is Yuchen. Welcome to another bookmaking tutorial. As promised, we're gonna make covers for Accordion Book. I hope you have made some text block for accordion, like I did. But before we start, I want to show you two examples. We have a lot of examples in stock at Printed Matter, artist books that incorporate the structure of accordion into their content. If you're watching this on YouTube, you should be able to find some links in the information section. I meant to go to the store at some point and show you more, but I found these two on my bookshelf that I think are really inspiring. Maybe it's not a coincidence that they are both textile related. I think the continuity and the elastic nature of accordion, the extensiveness, really speaks to textile art. So this one is published by Another Space in Copenhagen, and I'll put the detailed info in the info section as well. So it starts with the introduction of the exhibition. It's basically an exhibition catalog. And then it goes to, the images of the works of the show. And if you open up on this side, there are a couple essays. So basically, it is 3 pamphlets: the intro, the image, and the essays, attached to a cover that's an accordion fold. So this cover here is accordion fold, and there are 3 books attached at the turning point of it. So if you combine what we learned from the 3-hole pamphlet video and the last video of accordion fold, you can produce a book like this. In this case, the structure was used to separate imageries and text, but you can use this structure to build your own architecture, your narrative and logic. This one I bought from Printed Matter, but I think it might be out of stock now. Maybe we can try to get a restock. The title is MAR, M-A-R. It's published by FW Books. So it's connected by a rubber band, and if we open it up, it's basically a bunch of loose sheets of imageries. They are photographed objects, mostly textile, mostly clothing, left by this woman who passed away. I believe it's the grandma of the artist, but I'm not sure. I need to read more into it. But I just want to show you the structure of the book. So all of the objects are printed in actual size, like this. This is half of a skirt. And was produced in accordion fold. This is half of a skirt as well. Another half of a skirt. And the other side are some actual living moments of this woman. As soon as you start to read, it becomes overwhelming. And I think it is the feeling that we encountered or confronted with when we are going through objects, the vibrant matters left by someone close. So these are all accordion fold loose sheets, and they are just stacked together and then wrapped together in this book. I think it's important to involve some examples in these tutorials, because even though the techniques we are learning here is so basic, but with appropriate usage and combination with the content, it can also be a beginning of a very sophisticated project. So with that in mind, we're gonna make some covers for our accordion book. So I'm going to show you 3 ways. The first one, I don't even think I need to do it step by step because it's really simple, just 2 cardboard. I've cutted this 2 cardboard from a shoe box. You just want something that's a little bit solid and can protect your text block. And I cut it slightly bigger than my text block all around, so I can give it more protection. Okay, I think I don't need to glue this for you. You know how to do. Just to apply glue on this side and put them together. Okay, and then the result will be accordion book like this. Okay. You can also easily imagine this cardboard to be wrapped with book cloths, if that's something you have at home, something like this. It's basically the same structure, just the cardboard is processed. And you can, of course, attach anything you want to onto the book cloths. See, mine is already a little torn. Yes, also, if you remember, last week I made my text block with newsprint. After making that demo, I strongly advise against using newsprint for accordion book, because when people open up accordion book, very often they don't know it is accordion, and so often that things will fall. So you really want to use paper that's a bit more resilient and strong to endure that kind of accident. So if a big section fall down, it won't get torn so easily. Okay. Yes, so first one is just 2 pieces of cardboard. And the second one, I want to show you how to make a cover with a spine. So I will start with a sheet of paper and I will trim it into the same height with my book. So I'll just measure with my actual text block. And trim it. You can also just measure how tall is your book and measure the paper. Okay, so now my cover is in the same height with my book. I'm going to use my bone folder, the tip point of it. You can still use a knife or a fork, it worked perfectly fine. So I'm gonna line up my book with one end of my cover, and I'm going to use the tip of my bone folder to score one line, and I will fold it. Make sure it's lined up on the side and score down. So this will be my front cover. And then I'm going to measure the spine, the width of the spine of my book by placing my text block right here. As you can see, it's a bit fluffy, so I'm applying a little pressure, but not too much, just a little bit here. And I'm going to make a mark of how wide my spine is. And I'm going to score a line with help of that mark and my ruler. Okay. Score a second line next to the one we just fold, and fold this line. Okay, so we have a cover here. That's fine. And then we're gonna measure the width of the back cover. So we can just fold it down, score a line, and this time I'm going to trim according to this line that we just scored and the knife. Okay. And then I'm going to apply some glue on the last sheet of my last page of my accordion. And remember, we want to protect the areas that we don't want to glue, especially if your page is already printed. You want to protect the area with content. So just give it a generous layer of glue, especially the corners. Okay. And then I'm just going to drop it gently onto the book. Okay. And then at this point, use your bone folder to score down to get rid of the air and spread the glue evenly. You want to do this kind of fast while the glue is still wet. Okay. And now your cover and your text block is attached. You can glue this side to it as well. In that case, your book can be pulled out like this. You can also leave it open, so it still has the option to be an open sheet. Okay. This is the second way to make a cover for accordion. And the third way is more like a jacket. So again, I need my cover to be in the same height of my text block. So here I'm measuring with my text block. The height of it. Also remember to test the grain direction of the cover. You don't want to fold against it. Okay. So now I'm going to trim my cover into the same height with my text block, and I'm going to fold in half with my bone folder. Okay. And then I'm gonna start measuring from the spine this time. So again, I'm applying a little bit pressure, but not too much. And make a mark of how wide that spine needs to be. So, you see, that's my mark. And score a line. Score a line according to that mark. And forming a spine first. Okay. And then I'm going to place my text block in between. And I'm going to measure the width of my back cover now. I will score a line here. And fold in this tab. And then measure the width of my front cover here. Okay. This sheet is actually a handmade paper, so it has a deco edge. I'm going to leave it. Ideally, at this point, you want to pressure them like with heavy books or so for a day or two, so they can be more submissive. But basically, that's how you make a jacket. Now I can insert my text block inside this. So you open up like this. And the spine. It's a little bit awkward right now, but after some pressure, it will be nice. Okay, so that's the third way to make a cover. Remember, the first is two pieces for cardboard, and the second is gluing one side or both sides. And the third is a jacket that you can take off and put it back. Okay? That's what I want to show you today. Hope you really do it yourself as well. Thank you. There's a donation link in the text part. If that's something you can afford to, please consider making a donation to Printing Matter. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Bye-bye.